Political analyst Peter Wickham is commenting on the future of the People's Labour Party, the PLP. The Federation's third major political party currently has a seat in the National Assembly, held by party leader and former Prime Minister Dr. Timothy Harris, St. Christopher No. 7. According to Wickham, if Dr. Harris vacates the party, the PLP dies.
Without Dr. Harris, the PLP is a non-entity. I don't believe that the PLP has the ability to gain ascendancy as an entity in and of itself, as an alternative to PAM, without the presence of Timothy Harris. My feeling is that if Dr. Harris decides to go after the next election or before the next election, I suspect that the PLP will go with him, and you go back to the old conversation of just a PAM. That's my feeling. What he brought to the PLP is the opportunity to lead. And the PLP has the record of basically having been elected as the party with the Prime Minister twice. And I think that that's something which a young party would want to be able to say, look, we can hold on to this and we can go forward.
Mr. Wickham has previously claimed that the party needs to form a coalition with the People's Action Movement for it to stand a chance of regaining government.
I do feel that the next election is going to be an important test for the PLP. And I think that the future has a lot to do with their decision to go into coalition, effective coalition, airtight, sealed up coalition with the People's Action Movement. If the PLP goes into this election and it doesn't make that decision, and then it is unable to materialize electorally, I believe that that's the end of it. But I suspect that as the election date draws closer, attitudes towards coalition will change substantially and will soften. And I think that will really be the future. So my feeling is the next election is do or die. I don't believe that Dr. Harris has that many more elections left in him. And I think that he would want to make sure that any next one, he makes some kind of impact, which is entirely possible. But as I said, he can't do it alone, in my view. And I think that at a level, he probably understands that, because he's shrewd enough politically to understand that any 8 candidates that he identifies now may very well have to be negotiated away. And, you know, my position when people always say this is that when you look at the Prime Minister, is like the Almighty, and in his house are many rooms. And if there are persons who want to be candidates within the People's Labour Party and they are denied the opportunity to do so, and the People's Labour Party triumphs, Dr. Harris can make provision for them in any one of his rooms in the way that number of people from the PAM entity in the past who were unable to materialize politically got themselves into comfortable positions at various places. So to me, if this is a logic that people are willing to accept, it makes a whole lot more sense for them to look at it in that way. And that to me is the future of PLP.
PLP, PAM, and the Concerned Citizens Movement, CCM, on Nevis formed a coalition known as Team Unity, which was in office for 7 years, before an epic collapse due to disagreement among coalition partners. The collapse led to a snap election in 2022, won by the St. Kitts and Nevis Labour Party. I'm Andre Huey for SKN Newsline.